The 1970s gave us Santana igniting arenas with Abraxas, Fania All-Stars rewriting the rules of salsa with Live at the Cheetah, and Los Bukis planting the seeds of Grupero romance with Falso, Amor. But that was only the beginning. From iconic anthems to overlooked gems, these are 10 Latin albums from the 1970s that changed music forever. Number 10, A Todo Color by Rigo Tovar.
1940.
Rigo Tovar did not just release albums, he sparked movements. And A Todo Color is the technicolor blast that pushed cumbia into every corner of the hemisphere. Released in the mid-70s, the record caught Mexico at a crossroads. Rock was fading and tropical rhythms were rising. Rigo stepped in with that unmistakable fusion. Cumbia streaked with electric guitars, organs, and a showman's swagger. Legend has it that during early studio sessions, Tovar insisted on pushing the engineer to turn it brighter, a request that reportedly inspired the album's bold arrangements. You can hear it in every shimmering keyboard line and every soaring vocal moment. Picture the era, jukeboxes glowing in cantinas, families circling around bulky record players, teenagers sneaking in their first backyard dance. This album was the soundtrack to all of it. Today, A Todo Color still echoes in modern cumbia, proof that Tovar's fearless fusion changed the genre's DNA. Number 9, Lavoe by Héctor Lavoe. With Lavoe, Héctor Lavoe did not just step out of Willie Colón's shadow, he redefined what it meant to be a salsa frontman. Released in 1975, the album landed right in the middle of New York's salsa explosion. A moment when Fania Records felt less like a label and more like a cultural supernova. The backstory goes that Lavoe was nervous about releasing a solo album, but once he hit the booth, every doubt evaporated. His voice, smoky and soaring and heartbreakingly human, carried the entire record. Lavoe sounded like late-night taxi rides through neon-lit Manhattan. Or packed dance floors glowing with heat and rhythm. This album cemented Lavoe as El Cantante de los Cantantes. His phrasing and emotional punch remain a blueprint for salseros to this day. Number 8, El Juicio by Willie Colón. Released in 1972, El Juicio captured the darker and grittier pulse of urban Latin music. Willie Colón, still in his early 20s but already a salsa architect, delivered a record steeped in barrio storytelling. The trombones blared like sirens, the rhythms snapped like street corners waking up at dusk. Rumor says the album's courtroom theme came from a joking remark about Colón being on trial for pushing salsa into heavier territory. Instead of avoiding the joke, he leaned into it and crafted a full concept around it. Spin this album, and you are transported to a world of fire escapes, shared stoops, and late-night block parties under buzzing streetlights. El Juicio proved salsa could be rebellion, confession, and community all at once. Its influence continues to shape socially conscious salsa artists today. Number 7, early era recordings. By Soda Stereo before De Música Ligera became their global anthem in 1990, Soda Stereo's rise began with the raw power of their late 70s and early 80s foundational recordings. Collectors still whisper about those early tapes. While their official debut came in the 80s, it was their formative 70s material that forged the Latin rock explosion to come. Most accounts say the band spent the late 70s studying British New Wave, blending chorus-soaked guitars with an unmistakably Argentine melodic sensibility. Those demos, traded from fan to fan, carried the DNA that would later spark the movement known as rock en tu idioma. Picture Buenos Aires in those years. Underground clubs, dim lights, students crowding makeshift stages while Soda Stereo sharpened their style song by song. One of the top 3 albums on this list literally saved a career, but we are not there yet. Number 6, Yo Soy by José José. If Heartbreak had a soundtrack in the 1970s, Yo Soy would be its masterpiece. Released in 1971, the album showcased José José at the height of his vocal power. Velvet smooth, operatic, intimate enough to feel like a whispered confession. A famous anecdote claims José José insisted on singing several takes live with the orchestra instead of using overdubs. Whether completely true or not, the album carries a raw emotional weight that feels impossible to fake. Imagine the era, dimly lit living rooms, couples dancing slowly, and radios crackling with longing. Yo Soy secured the José José's place as the definitive voice of Latin romance. Quick pit stop. No saben que pensando en tu amor, If these classics still give you goosebumps, hit like so more Latin fans find this, and stick around because the top tracks are the ones that truly define the decade. Number 5, El León by Os Mutantes. Brazil's Os Mutantes were already psychedelic innovators, but El León showed just how far they were willing to push the boundaries. Released in the early 70s, the album blended tropicalismo with snarling guitars, orchestral flourishes, and the group's trademark sense of sonic adventure. Recording sessions reportedly involved homemade instruments, strange studio tricks, and sudden bursts of improvisation that somehow formed fully realized tracks. The album feels like a carnival spinning out of control while still keeping perfect rhythm. Imagine Rio's late-night artistic circles, incense-filled apartments, students debating politics while this record played in the background. El León was not just music, it was rebellion dressed in neon. Modern indie and alternative Latin bands still trace their experimental lineage back to Mutantes. Number 4, Abraxas by Santana. By 1970, Santana already had the world's attention after Woodstock, but Abraxas was the album that elevated them from rising stars to cultural icons. A cosmic blend of rock, blues, Afro-Latin percussion, and mystic imagery. It felt like a doorway into another world. Carlos Santana reportedly spent long nights refining guitar tones until they felt like prayers. You can hear that devotion in every soaring note. With congas and timbals driving the beats, the album breathed with living, muscular rhythm. Spin Abraxas, and you are instantly transported. Murals glowing under California sun. San Francisco streets buzzing with revolution, festival crowds swaying as those guitar lines carve through the air. Half a century later, the album's influence remains enormous across fusion and festival sounds alike. Number 3, Celia and Johnny by Celia Cruz and Johnny Pacheco. Some collaborations work, and then there is Celia and Johnny, a seismic partnership. Released in 1974 under the legendary Fania label, the album merged Celia Cruz's unmatched vocal power with Pacheco's sharp and charismatic direction. Legend claims Celia recorded several tracks in a single take, electrifying the room with a presence that left musicians speechless. Whether fully true or slightly embellished, the record crackles with that same energy. The horn hits snap, the guiro scrapes lock in tight grooves, and Celia commands every second with regal force. Picture open air dances throughout the Caribbean, families spilling into plazas, the air filled with food, laughter, and music. Celia and Johnny became the soundtrack of joy and cultural pride. The album did not just revive Celia's career, it reshaped salsa worldwide. Number 2, Falso Amor by Los Bukis. Before becoming Grupero legends, Los Bukis captured raw youthful emotion with Falso Amor. Released in 1978, it introduced Marco Antonio Solis' gift for heartfelt melody. Simple, aching, unforgettable. Some fans say the title track was written during a late-night emotional collapse after a broken engagement. Whether true or not, the heartbreak rings so honestly that the rumor feels believable. Imagine rural Mexico in the late 70s. Dusty roads, bus windows fogged with breath, cassette tapes rewound with pencils. Falso Amor spread far beyond its humble beginnings and became a cultural anchor shared from friend to friend. It laid the foundation for the romantic grupero wave that would sweep the 80s and 90s. Number 1. Live at the Cheetah Volume 1 by Fania All-Stars. This was not just an album, it was an explosion captured on tape. Recorded in 1971 at New York's Cheetah Club, Live at the Cheetah brought together the titans of salsa in one sweat-drenched history-making night. Critics at the time did not know what to make of it. Some called it chaotic or too raw. Dancers, on the other hand, recognized its magic instantly. The recording channels the electricity of thousands of people packed into a pulsing club, horns crying out like alarms, percussion pounding like a collective heartbeat. Legend says the balcony nearly shook loose from the crowd's energy. This album did not just document a moment, it defined an era, a celebration, a rebellion, a cultural identity crystallizing in real time. If that brought back memories, tap like and subscribe to keep the classics alive. From arena-shaking anthems to forgotten gems, these albums prove why Latin's golden era will never die. Next up, top 10 underrated 80s Latin bands who deserved more fame. It is waiting for you on screen.